Last time we saw Grandpa Tamarack here, he was just starting to turn yellow. And if my phone will zoom, you can see that he's gone full winter. No yellow. We missed the in-between. Grandpa Tamarack is completely winter now. And it hasn't been very long. But that's what happens. He's got some cones this year too, I see. It's weird, they say they get cones every 4 years or so, but Grandpa Tamarack has a few every year. His trunk is so thick now. All the trees got super thick this past season because winter was so mild. So everything got super thick. Branch structure of a tamarack. Oopsie. Yep. The root's pretty big. Ouch. All his needles are on the ground. Pretty cool. Yep. No leaves on anything anywhere. We are done. Trying to get the fire to stay going. It's still too cold in here to work, but I've got a bunch of new soil mixed. My poor little eagle has nowhere to stay. He's just sitting here, lost. Try not to knock everything over. I'm gonna have to find a new home for the eagle, since that planting took a turn for the worst. Oh, is it going? Oh, it might be going now. All right, I'm gonna let that keep warming up, and when it's warm enough in here, we'll come out and do some work. Well, it's the afternoon now, and it's raining outside. We've got her up to just above 10 Celsius, which is between 50 and 60 Fahrenheit. It took a long time for me to get that wood stove going today for some reason. Don't know why. So another thing that I need to do after I empty at least one side of this out, these benches that I rebuilt under here, they slide out and make a giant bed back here, or they make couches, which they're kind of set to couches. But there's a lot of wasted space underneath these. And I also noticed that you can see outside underneath them as well. So I need to at least clear one side so I can do repairs on one side. And then I can move everything over and repair the other side. I'm going to see if maybe I can actually open up the front of these completely. You can feel the cold air coming through here, but if I could open these up completely, just leave the frame in place, might be a lot more useful for me. I'll be able to store all the pots and everything under there. The furnace runs under this one, which is way in here, but that furnace doesn't run anymore. I have to rewire it. I'd like to try and pull it out of there and save it, and perhaps install it in a greenhouse, because this one is one of those furnaces that runs with no electricity, which is nice. Just on propane. Yeah, so it's almost warm enough for me in here, so you can hear the rain starting to fall. It warmed up just enough for rain. It's I think like +7 outside right now. +7 Celsius is like 45 Fahrenheit or so, I guess. Mr. Whiny Mutt there, stuck inside because it's raining. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Oh, maybe we'll start with the 2 plants right here. My dwarf Schefflera and that one, I can't remember what it's called right now. Fuchsia! I remembered. Oh, thank you, brain. All right, it's finally warm enough in the trailer. I got some water. My coffee's reheating. It's like late in the afternoon now. So this is rooted in this pot. Probably why it got so big. So this was a couple of Fuchsia Cuttings that survived. The original plants did not survive. I do want to try again. This one has the double flower, or I don't know what the flower is called, but it's got multiple petals in there, not just the single ones. So I might try different colors. So it's hit or miss with this. It was really hard to keep it watered. It likes it cool, apparently, and you can give it too much water, so it has suffered a bit since it's been here. And I don't know what's going on here. That looped all the way around. So it's gotten really long and lanky. I did that. Well, I let it grow on purpose just so it would survive, sort of. Because the parent plant's all unalived. So yeah. So here we are, left with this. 2. And they're real nice. Like, the trunks are nice. They're the good starts of trees. And I'm going to keep all of the cuttings of this one too, which I don't think I have a cup of water here, but I can use one. Not with that. That has a hole in it. No, yeah. Have to do something. I'll figure that out after as we go. So the wood stove's wood stoving. It's actually starting to get nice and really warm in here. I'm still looking around for another cup. I didn't empty my container into the composter, so it's overflowing onto the floor. Now this dwarf Schefflera, I've had it for years. Like, I got it not that long after I started my first Ficus benjamina. And it doesn't like me. I had no problem with Scheffleras before when I kept them just as a regular houseplant, but this one is just, we're at war. So it loves being outside. It loves being here in the trailer. But if and when I bring it in the house, the leaves just, like all the new growth, just turns black and falls off. Like, it doesn't get any new growth on it. That's why it's only here after as many years as I've had it. I can't even remember how long I've had it. Must be 5, maybe 6 years even now. I can't remember. I'll have to go back on the videos. But it was like my second tree that I wanted to start as bonsai, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, and I kind of wanted to mirror Nigel's tree, and it has absolutely gone the complete opposite direction as Nigel's tree, but we'll get there. I have not successfully rooted any cuttings from it either. So we're just letting this one be as it will. And I've been trying not to do too much to it, just to try and give it some vigor and figure out what the heck's going on. See if it'll grow for me. I'm just going to open this roof vent here rather than the door because it's like crazy cold outside. But it's actually getting a little overheated in here now, just the way I like it. Yeah, I guess we got to start at the beginning. So, since this is stuck in here, I'm going to have to cut the roots off. I do want to separate these two into their own pots and trim them back. Probably put them in a bit larger pots than this. Not super big, but I want something that it's easier to keep them wet. Where the heck did I... Oh. The other thing I need to do is dampen these. Hopefully those didn't dry out too much, those seeds from the... Oh my goodness, that's not going to work. What else do I got in here for cutting devices? Do I have any knives? Nope. I've got forks, but no knife. How did I get forks out here? Very interesting. Well then. Wow. I would say that's in there pretty good. I have to use these. Oh my goodness, the sun came out. No way. Holy cow, these are thick roots. That's like one root. Wow. I can't even find it. There it is. Aha! I have one. Put this down here. Oh, we almost did the same thing. There we go. Once I broke that tip off, that'll be our first cutting. I need something to put water in. That won't leak. That might do. Okay. Oopsie. Just throw it in there upside down. No problem. All right. Should we trim first? There's some strange growth from all the times that it tried to die on me. So these guys like to be colder than normal plants and trees. They do best in cooler weather, but not frost. So when I bring them in the house, they actually do best downstairs in the basement with less heat. Look at this branch. This goes all the way around. Can you guys see that? Yeah, sort of, eh? Don't need to see me. The dog doesn't need to be woofing either. There we go. So yeah, this branch comes all the way, does this like whoop-de-woo here. And actually, I think that was the top of the tree. Or the top of this trunk. I don't think we want to get that fancy with it. We'll take it back to here, because there's some brains here, like Tom says. Just put that in the water. So there's a third shoot coming off. Oh, I'm going to rub this one off. There's a, can you see down there? Oh yeah. So there's a little growth starting here. Bud! Holy cow. Come on, brain. And there's another bud over here. I'm going to rub those off. And then this little extra branch coming off of there, I'm going to take that off as well. Just like that. And this one here, I'm going to bring it back to where this leaf is. Oh, that was weird. Take this off. Bring it back. Actually, it's probably not a very good cutting. Look at these ones are growing backwards. Take this off. I can take these two off. Try those as cuttings. Oh, this is not ideal. There's a little bud here. I think I'm gonna bring it to this rocket branch here because it's just not ideal. There's a little bud here. Maybe I'll keep it, bring it back to this little bud that's down here. But this rocket branch just is not ideal. That was a delayed bark at my husband that just walked by. Okay. So we definitely need to shorten this as well. You can see a lot of these leaves are gone. I don't know if it'll rebud there, but there are new buds back here. So I think I'm just going to take this growth tip off here for now. Because there's only one leaf here, and I don't know how good these guys are at putting the energy into those buds without any leaves farther up. So I'm just going to leave this here until those buds come all the way out for sure. So this one too has a bud way back here. You guys can see the top. Oh yeah. So there's some handlebar branches. It's dead. I'm going to take it off. So there are lots of handlebar branches. This thing always handlebar branches out. I don't know which one I'll keep yet. Oh, there's one here. Did that get broken? Looks almost broken. So I need to bring the height down too. I think this bar branch right here at the very bottom, I'm going to bring the height right back down to that bar branch there. I'm going to take these bottom branches off. these big leaves off. And we'll see if that roots. Okay. These extensions also have buds pretty much at each leaf, so I'll bring them back as well. Oh, see what happened? Ripped down the stem. We'll see if that hinders it any. And the same with this one, I'll bring it back. There's some buds down here too, but I'll bring it back to that first little stem there. Won't keep that, it's too small. So that's the first tree. The second one has a lot going on there. First thing I'll do is take off this one rocket branch that's shooting up out of nowhere there. There's some buds back here. This bar branching's not alive. Have to bring that back. There's this bud here that's probably as far back as I want to go right now, till some of that other stuff comes out. So we'll just bring it back to there. Take off the big leaf. Stick it in the water. Yeah, I can't really do anything with that yet. Go around to this one. This is just going to stay an oddity. There's not much I can really do with it. There's a bar branching here, but it seems to have died off. This one too. I will leave a stub there because I see some buds down here. With this one, it looks like there's some growth coming out the end. We'll see what lives and what doesn't. This one here, not too much I can do. There's only 2 leaves on it. Take this dead bit off and this dead bit off. Okay, so this one's growing outward, this one's growing back into the tree. We'll remove that. There's there's a really long branch here. There's 2 little buds down here. So I'm just going to take the growing tip off just to see if those will push out. And this bar branch here, I'll take out the inside one and leave the outside one. I think I might just remove this one all the way back. And the very tippy top is already kind of nibbed off. I'll take this big old leaf off here. I'll have to kind of see what it looks like once I get it in its own pot. This one I'll take off. A lot of rocket branches. This one as well, it has little buds back here. Yeah, you guys can kind of see that. So I'll just take the growth tip off and leave the 2 leaves. Remove this dead bug. Same with this one. It's got some buds starting back there. And I see some farther back. I'll just take the grow tip off. This one here has buds there and 2 leaves, so I'll take it back to those. This one I see some buds back there. I'll take it back to the 2 leaves. That's dead. That's dead. Actually, well, I'll leave those for now. I'll take this inside one off here. And I probably should take the height back a bit. I'll take it to these bar branches right here. I think that's all I can do right now. Oh, this one here. There's buds coming from every joint. I'll just take the growth tip off. Leave the 2 leaves. Yeah. Probably all, all I can do for now. So, next is to pull it out of this pot. I'm guessing it's root bound. If it comes out of this pot. Oh my goodness. There it goes. So I think all the roots just grew straight down and went straight out. Because look at how clean that looks. That's all roots. Yep. Isn't that crazy? That's nuts. Let me dump off this mess here. Big pile down there. And yep, I'm in frame. Okay. Wow. It like disintegrated the brick chips. Definitely need their own pots. Wow, look at that root. Went straight out the bottom of the pot. That's crazy. Oh my goodness, look at this. That's insane. It wraps right around the other one. It's like hugging his friend. Got his arm draped over his buddy's shoulder. Isn't that cool? They're best buds. There's the other end of it. Isn't that neat? College roommates. Okay, wow, that's not much of a root system that was inside that pot, eh? All of it was in the other pot. This one has a bit more of a root system in the pot, but Still not very much. Good thing there's almost no foliage left on it. Okay. I still don't really know what I want to do with these. Just taking off some obvious ones. I won't be able to do a whole lot. I think I want to leave this root for now because I don't know what this thing's future is going to be. If I might do something strange with it. And I mean, I'll have lots of other cuttings. This one though, this one I'll remove. Back here. This one too. Nice little bunch of roots here. Take it off there. Not very radial, but I'm sure it'll be all right. So this big root again, I'm going to leave it just because I don't know what the future plans are. But these roots down here, those I will remove. Just like that. You can see that's where the base of the cutting is. There's a whole bunch of roots coming from one spot here. And I think I like the higher ones better. So I'm going to take that off. And this weird little one here. It's got a whole bunch of stuff connected to it. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to do, as she says, as she cuts more off and more off. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Could have some fun with this oddball root here. Okay, so put this one in the bigger pot. I think that might be an idea. If I can turn around in here. Still in view? Yeah. Too much. That's better. Sorry for the great view of my elbow there. All right. There's one. One. Wah, 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 wah. Not much of a tree yet. All right, that's one. here is the second one, which I'm just going to let these roots a bit here, because there's not much root there. There we go. Again, there is not much here. I might have to just leave it, except that. Oops, broke off this bud. Might as well take it all the way off now. That's okay. I don't want that stuff on the trunk anyway. I think we're going to have to leave a 2-root system because this is not ideal. So we'll just take that off. And then I'm going to take it back to this knuckle here because I don't see any small roots further down. And this has hardly any small roots on it. We'll take that off. And hopefully we'll get more coming out the top. See some root nubs here. So, fingers crossed. Yeah, I think that's all I should do. And we'll hope for extra ones in the pot. I don't think I have another big pot anywhere. I wonder if we should try this one in one of the terracotta pots. Not that one, but probably shouldn't fit in this. It will. Do I want to put it in that? Not really. I thought I had a second one of those green pots somewhere. I must have used it. I used it already. What else do I got? I think that's it. Everything else is in the shop. Okay, well, we'll just use this then. That's it. That's all she wrote. Let's make our roots radial. Okay. Next round we'll have some better roots, I hope. Don't have to worry about air pockets. Might seem like I'm planting on an angle, but the pot is also on an angle, so solidify it a little bit here. There we are. I think that'll do. That'll do. It's got a weird thing going on. Actually, I think this, now that I have it in its own pot, I think this one's got to go. So we're going to remove that weird one right here. One of these should also probably go. I don't know which one though. I guess I'll have to leave it for now till we figure out what all these ones will do. It always grows in these big bar branches though. I'll have to correct that later on once I know that it's growing well. Little dead one here. Actually, maybe I'm gonna remove this one here because it's gonna be in that one's way. Take this one off. It's easier to see now that it's by itself. And I think I do want to remove this lower one. There's some other buds growing out on here. We'll see what they do. Now it's a little bittery. This one just looks like a little stick, poor thing. Yeah, I think that's it. That's enough for now. We'll see how they do in the house and we'll go from there. Alright, I'm gonna have to do some cutting and pasting with this video. It's pretty long. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be safe out there.